Hi guys, thanks everyone for tuning in and taking the time to watch. I know everyone's time is poor, but we have some really special news that's just come in today. So what's happened out of the United States is Donald Trump has issued an executive order blocking the property of persons involved in serious human rights abuse or corruption. Now, this executive order goes into extreme depth about different ways that can be portrayed and perceived and how the United States is going to deal with it. Really long story short is that anyone involved in corruption in the government, in any industry, any entity, any person that is perceived in terms of corruption and human rights, so things like human trafficking, pedophilia, all of that type of stuff that no one really wants in the world. The big hammer from the United States and their military is starting to come down. So for me, I've been watching this for quite some time, really just lurking in the shadows and gathering information about how this works and how it's functioning. And truth be told, I wasn't really sure exactly that Donald Trump was doing the right thing in the government. But the truth is, he's been playing 5D chess with the powers that be and everyone who controls the government and everything like that. And the guy has sort of been a little bit referred to as real life Batman. So I'm starting to come around to this potential theory, given some of the things that have come out. But this one is truly exciting because in the lead up to this, we've got about 8,500 sealed indictments waiting for Sessions, the judge, to assert and to enforce. And we also have, I think, approximately 50 senators or people in Congress that have chosen not to run next year. You can make your own judgment call as to why that would be now. But this is really, truly exciting news. So what we've got is... I'll just flip this around so that you can see it. And I'll obviously put all the links down into the video itself. But we have the executive order blocking property of persons involved in serious human rights abuse or corruption. And it's quite in depth. We also have a number of different links relating to who it affects, who's on the list, and basically a lot of these people and organizations, at least for the very first part, are people that are part of the greater web that influences the chains and connecting the dots, and people involved in things like human trafficking and all those sorts of things, which I'm fiercely against personally. So this is basically the very first start of the major move of what would be appropriately named 5D chess. So I'm genuinely really excited because this is the first part of the worldwide corruption and everything involved in, for example, Hollywood. We have directors, mostly male, that are enforcing a really, really bad way of getting into the industry for young people, particularly young women and children. And these types of things, these specific orders and the way that they're going to be carried out are really going to pull the weeds out of an otherwise interesting way to communicate expression and life. So it's really exciting that this is a potentiality, that all of this crap that has been going on in the world is finally going to get revealed and dealt with. And this, if you've done your research, which I thoroughly encourage you to do, is going to go all the way to the top and well beyond. It's not just in the US government, it's in corporations behind who supports the people that are going for governmental positions and leadership. So from that perspective, it's really exciting. Now, one last thing that I just want to show you is there is now some job openings in the US for the US Department of Justice Civil Rights Division, the criminal section, just to do with human trafficking. And I'm going to drop that link in here as well. So they're hiring people that are experts with criminal law to do with human trafficking. So I wonder what they'll be doing. And this this job opening has come up on the 20th of December, which was just yesterday for the US. So this are there coincidences? I mean, but for me, it's really, really exciting. I've been watching this stuff for a month or two and watching it build. You've probably seen things about calm before the storm and all that kind of stuff. And this will probably be the first in a video series that I will release. But it's just a quick snippet to let people know that there are going to be big changes in the world coming up, and specifically coming out of the US, that will ripple across to Western civilization and then the rest of the world, and how it interacts in the world playing field. And this is really, 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 really exciting to see how it's all going to play out. So this is the first one. Thanks very much for watching. It's big news. Merry Christmas, everybody, and all the best.